Hello, this is Derek Gerber. Welcome back to another tutorial. Today's going to be fun. We are actually going to be able to create our first contract. So after we've added all of our customers, our vendors, distributors, products, and everything else to the system, and we've assigned items to our customer as we did in our last tutorial, now we finally get to build a contract. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to take my mouse and go over here to the customers section. If you remember last time we were working with Telega software, so I'm going to scroll down here and click on Telega. And under Telega, we're going to go to the different items available. And we can see that we have, let me clear the filter, there we go. At the very bottom here, we have the two items that we were adding last time to the system. So all we have to do to add these items to a new contract is click and select each item, and then take your mouse up here and just click new contract. Now this is going to take us through the new contract process, and I'll window the screen so you can see where we are. Again, we're under Customers Telega. Under the Items tab, we selected multiple items, and now we're creating a contract. So here's our new maintenance contract screen. This is what you're going to see every time. As you can see, we've color coded everything, so I'll walk you through it really quick. So here are the two items that I'm highlighting with my mouse. Here's the scanner maintenance contract, and here's the software maintenance contract. You can see the product duration is 12 months for both, and it has already selected the date for me. So maybe I'm a few days behind and I want to come in here and change the start date of the contract. So I'll double click, and I can just click the little calendar button right here and say I wanted it to start for the 1st. All I have to do is click that, click away, and now right here it gave me a warning. It said the selected start and end date are inconsistent with the duration of the product. Should be 12 months. So all we have to do to fix it is come in here and select the appropriate end date, which would be July 31st, 2014. Click away. It's done. Now we fixed it. Now I have a little color code here to say that you've edited this. Now we're going to do the same thing here and line this up with the same term date because we don't want those to be off. Click away. Done. Now again, here is our price. If we wanted to change our price, maybe we sold it for something else, all you have to do is double click. Your cost, again, this is from the old wave distributors, so this is the old wave price that you're looking at right now. Over here on the side, if we wanted to take a note, all we have to do is double click and say taking a note. Awesome. Click away. You change the save. Now over here on the right with the contract details, we have our billing location, so we know this will be for headquarters. If we wanted to take other contract notes, we can. I want to walk through some of the tools that we have available up here in the menu bar though. So right here under price percent, and you can see increase from last and decrease from last. So as you go into the future and you start to build more and more contracts, maybe you didn't sell every contract for the same price, and you'd like to play with the numbers a little bit. So for this particular contract, we'll say this month we bumped up 5% on all prices for everything, for whatever reason. We put 5% in here, and I'm going to click this right here, increase from last, and notice how this grayed out, and then over here the price for both objects, they're both items, also grayed out. What does that mean? That means it's a pending change. So it's calculating the math for me and doing it in real time and asking, is this okay? If it's okay, all I have to do is click it, and now the change is made. Everything's been turned green. Now say my cost went up from old wave, and this month they told me that, you know what, we're increasing our prices 3% on everything. Now I can also do it from here. Done. The change is already saved. I haven't had to do any math on my own. Now maybe for some reason we got I don't know, some kind of discount, a quarterly discount, and they wanted to give us 3% off. We could do it the other way as well. Oops, sorry, don't do it that way. Math doesn't work that way. There we go. So if you ever want to reset it, put a 0 back in and double click, and you'll reset the price. Now let's say I got my 3% discount. We'll decrease from last. There we go. So make sure you do it in the right order. Otherwise, it's going to apply basic math rules, and a 3% decrease from a 3% increase is not the same. So if you ever want to reset it, I'll do that right here just for the sake of what we're talking about. I'm just going to hit 0, and there's the normal price that we started with. And right here, I'll hit 0, and we've reset it. Now, in the future, as you start to come across more items and you want to co-terminate them, all you have to do is click this button right here, and it'll bring you to this screen, and it says the earliest allowed co-terminate date is August 17th. That would be, well, tomorrow, according to this particular tutorial. So in the future, as you start to have more items with scattered dates, what you'll be able to do is it'll tell you, here's the earliest date that you can co-terminate everything. But if we'd like to find our own co-termination date, let's say that we wanted to bring it into 2014, and the customers requested to place the contract expiration at the end of December because that would line up their fiscal year and it works better for their budget. So what you see that I'm doing here now is I've just set the contract for 12/31/2014 to expire. Again, over here we have July 31st for the normal termination date. So I'm going to say yes, done. And here's what's going to happen. So bring your attention back over to here to the end date. The end date has changed for both items automatically to December 31st, 2014. This is more than a year now, and our price has automatically changed to reflect that. So prorating items and co-terminating different contracts amongst different dates is no longer hard, is the best way to say it. Click co-terminate, find the date that you need, click it, we'll do the math for you, and you're done. So now I don't want to keep these changes, so I'm going to rock it back to where I was before just so we can keep everything straight in our examples here. So let me click this back. But once we are done here, we are going to click create contract now that we've walked through all the different little features. So one last thing that we can do before we create the contract, so we can preview what the invoice would look like. So just from that one click, I've automatically generated a PDF for myself and said, okay, here's what the invoice would look like. That's what we can expect. And so we can go through here and walk through all the items. We haven't set an invoice number because it's just a preview. This would be the amount due, all the dates, all of the information, every serial number that you would have, all of the information total that you would ever need is available right here. And we're not going to do anything with this. We just wanted to make sure that everything was lined up correctly. So now we're back to this screen, and I am just going to come up here to the top left and click create contract. Now that we're here, we have officially created the contract for those two items that we've been working on. So over here on the right, you'll see new maintenance contract on August 16, 2013. Over here on the right, we're going to have a running audit trail of everything that happens with this contract, all the details, etc., etc. Now, for the next steps, what we're going to get into is working with contract workflows and contract actions. We'll jump into those in the next tutorial, but you should pat yourself on the back. We have just created our first contract, and we're going to move forward with, working with contracts in the upcoming tutorials. So stay tuned. Thanks.